My two most electric teams to watch in college football this year. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Reef. Let's be special, baby. Let's be special. So to start things off, everybody likes to win the breakup. Everybody likes to be doing better than their ex. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Everybody does. And Luke Fickell has the opportunity to do exactly that. Be better than his ex, Ohio State, at Wisconsin. So back to 2011. Luke Fickell was the interim head coach for Ohio State after the Jim Tressel saga, scandal, whatever you want to call it. And he did all right, not terrible, not great, definitely room to improve. But what does Ohio State do? They turn around and no, we got this toxic guy over here that's just exciting. There's something about him. And what ends up happening? Do they win a national championship with Urban Meyer? Yeah, they win a national championship. Do they have to fire their second head coach in a decade for another scandal? Yeah, they do. Which I'm sure, Ohio State fans are fine with Urban Meyer. They won a national championship out of that. But they could have had the long-term stability of Luke Fickell as head coach. Because Ryan Day, I don't see Ryan Day beating Michigan this year. And that's problematic for Columbus. But Luke Fickell goes to Wisconsin, but historically a power to be reckoned with in the Big Ten. And loaded offense. Transfer quarterback Tanner Mordecai from SMU is going to throw for, another 3,000 yards. Running back Braelon Allen is primed. Absolutely primed for another 1,200-yard season. I could even see him with all the offensive weapons and just how explosive the offense is going to be under Luke Fickell. Going to possibly 1,300, maybe even 1,400 yards this season. But this offensive transformation for Wisconsin isn't going to happen overnight. Luke Fickell is going to have to kind of go in there and say, hey, we're going to go lean away from the traditional, the Monty Balls, Melvin Gordons, who just hand it off and just power it down their throats, to a more spread pro style offense. We're going to spread the ball around. In addition to those weapons, he's got two new receivers up in Madison, Wisconsin. One transfer from USC, played his high school ball at Powerhouse Mater Dei in California, and another he brought with him from Cincinnati to Wisconsin. And the defense of Wisconsin is loaded with seniors, juniors, super seniors, absolutely just loaded. That unit's going to once again be a solid group in the Big Ten. And then the schedule for Wisconsin, it's not the worst schedule. Vegas has them, I think, about 8.5 wins for the over-under. There's no reason that team couldn't go 10-2 and be in the Big Ten championship at the end of the year. I mean, looking at their schedule now, the only two teams that I really see that they should lose to is one, Ohio State, and two, Purdue. Maybe you want to throw Nebraska in there. We'll see how quickly Matt Rule can turn that program around. But Luke Fickell has an opportunity to build, a stable, long-term program at Wisconsin. And he did exactly that at Cincinnati. Cincinnati, solid team in the Big 12 now, but he turned them into a team that year after year was in the playoff conversation and even in the playoffs one year, which for a non-Power 5 team at the time, that's a big deal and a very impressive feat for Luke Fickell and his coaching staff. Now is the opportunity to go to Wisconsin, do the exact same thing, turn Wisconsin into a powerhouse in the Big Ten. So to summarize just the interest points of Luke Fickell and Wisconsin, one, you got the revenge factor. He needs to prove to Ohio State that he can be a dominant head coach in the Big Ten. Two, the offense. The offense is primed to be one of the most explosive and high-scoring offenses in the Big Ten. Three, the defense loaded with seniors, upperclassmen. That unit should be rock solid. And four, you got the schedule. The schedule is not super difficult. They could be 10-2. But I'm very excited to see what Luke Fickell and the Wisconsin Badgers bring to the table this year in the Big Ten. Excited to see how it unfolds. Now on to the second team. None other than the Colorado Buffaloes. Yes, the one team that nobody in the media can stop talking about. Coach Primetime Deion Sanders, baby. So not only is Colorado jumping from the Pac-12 to the Big 12 to compete with the Texas and Iowa and Oklahoma schools, they have none other than the electric, the legendary, the fabled Coach Primetime Deion Sanders, leading them into the promised land. Now Deion Sanders shows up to Colorado, completely guts the roster, has 51 transfers on that roster. 51 transfers on a roster for college football, it's unheard of. He's the first to ever do it. And that's what makes it so exciting, is that he is a trailblazer for the transfer portal, trailblazer for what could be the future of college football. If this works and he shows up and just turns his team around, they go into TCU, go into Fort Worth, Texas, week 1, beat the team that was the runner-up for the national championship, TCU, which I think they could. I would pick them right now. And then they just take that momentum and just use it as a ladder to 1 win, 2 wins, start stacking them on top of each other. This may be a trend. College coaches may go to a team that wasn't performing so well and just say, hey, get out. I'm bringing in 50 plus transfers. That would be insane if this becomes the norm. It'd be like free agency in college football. Then to top it all off, Deion Sanders has his son as the quarterback. You know, the most scrutinized but most important position on the field, the quarterback of a college football team. All the praise, all the blame. I don't know which one it's going to be, but it's going to be super interesting to watch. I think he can be super successful there. It'll be interesting to see how his performance translates from, playing at Jackson State, not against Power 5 teams, to Colorado, where there are Power 5 teams. And looking at the Pac-12 Media Day, he was looking a little small compared to those USC players he was standing next to. So that'll be something to monitor. And then Coach Deion Sanders brought with him from Jackson State one of the most electric and exciting players to watch in college football, Travis Hunter. If you have not been introduced to Travis Hunter, let me introduce to you. Two-way player, plays wide receiver, plays safety. Probably has a future more as a cornerback safety than as a wide receiver in the next level. But he's going to make it to the next level for sure. Dude's a stud player from Georgia, flipped from Florida State to Jackson State. Now he's from Jackson State to Colorado, following Coach Primetime. And the dude can do nothing but ball on the field. He can't miss. He's just making play after play after play. Very exciting player to watch. Very exciting player to monitor this season. See how that all goes for him. And then you have the social media factor too. Coach Prime's son runs a YouTube channel and gives a behind-the-scenes HBO-ish style Hard Knocks look to the team, the program, and we're gonna get to see it all unfold. Whether the season is great, medium, rough, we're going to see what happens behind the scenes and how the team reacts. If it's going great, we're going to get to see the energy, the vibes from the team, see them climb that ladder, stack the wins on top of each other. And if it's going bad, we're going to see how the team can come together, try to right the ship. It's going to be super exciting to watch. I'm excited for these two teams this year. Let me know in the comments below what you think. As always, have a great day. Tell somebody you love them. Deuces.